Welcome to IGA in West Liberty, Ohio. Today we're going to learn about healthy meats. We've all heard that lean cuts of meat are the best, and of course chicken is among one of the highest rated forms of meat, protein that you want to choose. This particular kind, I love this brand, Gerber's, and that's what I love about Thoman's, that they sell it. But Gerber's has no antibiotics, no byproducts, no gluten, no hormones, nothing added. It's pure chicken. The taste is amazing because you don't have all of the extras. So when you're choosing the chicken, what you want to do is you want to look for the chicken. Either you want to remove the skin and the fat, or you want to look for chicken that's already had that removed. And this in particular, this is a good example of already having that removed. Boneless, skinless chicken breasts are the best. If you go for thighs or legs or something like that, you definitely want to have the skin removed because it's got a little bit higher cholesterol and fat content in it. Turkey is also a good option. You have to be careful though. Turkey bacon, a lot of times, honestly, does not have that much less fat in it than regular bacon. You just have to be aware. Here we are in the other meat department. We're out of the poultry and into all of the rest of the meats. And you know what? This is not bad stuff. Your body needs a wide variety of different foods. And so staying away from red meat or pork or something like that, just to stick with chicken. You know what? Everything in moderation. And so we're going to talk about ground beef to start with. We use ground beef in so many different recipes, and so we're going to talk about ground beef. You want as much lean as you possibly can. Get most of the fat out of it. Okay? But even after you fry it up, the best thing to do with ground beef is just to run it under hot water. Drain it, of course, always drain ground beef, and then run it under hot water to remove the rest of that. When you're searching for meat, look for a good pink coloring in it. Know where your meat is coming from. That's the reason I like shopping here in Middleman's. Go to a butcher shop, go to a processing, a small processing place where you know where your meat is coming from. You want to have as little antibiotics, as little hormones, those kind of things added as possible. So it's best for you to know exactly where it's coming from. As far as meat goes, you need to remember what a serving size is. People confuse this. If you go to a restaurant and you get a steak that's 16 ounces, you need to remember that a serving size of meat is approximately the size of your fist, okay? That's a heck of a lot smaller than a 16-ounce steak that's as big as your plate. So remember that. If you eat 2 servings, just be aware that you're ingesting not only a good amount of protein, but you're ingesting a good amount of fat as well. As far as pork goes, once more, it's fine. Everything in moderation. Pork is also considered a white meat. It's not as fatty as beef is. Depending on the cuts. As far as ribs, have a lot more fat on them than, say, a pork roast. So just be aware of what you take time to educate yourself, I guess is what I'm saying, on what your forms of meat are. Now, as far as processed meat, sausages, and bacons, and hot dogs, let's go down and look at those and we'll talk about it. Here we are at the processed meats. As a general rule, you want to stick with whole foods, and what I mean by whole foods are foods that are as unprocessed as possible. Obviously, meat has got to be processed somewhat. I mean, as far as you're not just going to go get the cow and cook up the meat. So we've got that. But this kind of stuff, hot dogs, for example, lots and lots and lots of processing and additives. We want to stay away from that as much as possible. Once more, everything in moderation. I'm not saying never eat it, but we want to stick with the meats that are unprocessed the most. So hot dogs, bologna, the sausages. You want to, as much as possible, cook with the whole